Hi, welcome to the Dove Artisan YouTube channel. I'm gonna demonstrate the shadow values that we use in a different techniques. I thought it would be best for introduce them using the different minerals for the shadow value scopes. It'd be great if you learn how to draw shadow values, the shadows. Eventually, you're gonna end up draw 3D. And then later, you will keep on more of it to get better understanding or the chef at yourself, in which you were able to create a very impressive sketchbook. I can show this example, give you stunning. Now, don't worry, but this was a very beginner starter. So, before we start, the minerals around this seconds this kind, blind stumps. That's fun. One was blind stumps, best stumps. Eraser, candy eraser, and full set of pencils. You might want to use all different kinds of shading files itself from 2H to 12B. The 12B is the darkest and most surface to keep in mind. It would be easier to break it if you were careful. So let's try to pass it out. Now, so since the latest, it's gonna be all white, so we're gonna leave that alone. Now it's going fairly light. Now, for very light, I recommend to try 2H. Some of it don't need much fit, but just light up. So right now was 2H. For later, let's say it's 12H, but yeah, HB. 2B, 4B, 6B, 12B. Yeah, I have 8B. Okay, or you can go 12B if you want, but you don't have to. You don't have to, just 8B is good enough to give its full scale. Now, let's try pencil only. Want to make sure you go but you may want to be careful from overlapping each other. Sometimes some pencil will overlap and it will end up creating a little bit darker spot. I can show you. You see, there's a little bit darker that spot right here. Okay. Now, what's that darker? I'm gonna pull out the spring. So what? Let's hold up for now. I'll start with that planning. Okay. Yes, one day people say we use blending. Well, channeling artists, they use the kind of best stuff for it. Sometimes they can overlap each other, just a pencil with cross-hatching method. But I use blending for this just to make it smoother. That's right. But a part of the artwork, you may want to take your time because we rush so much, and some we have a really bad outcome, which a lot of people don't want to buy it, or the artists themselves are like unsatisfied with the subject. Sometimes you have to be really cautious because minerals cost money. Not. So for pencil only, you don't want to use buttons them. If you want to make it darker, usually the kind of like cross hatching helps, but that's part of it. You can't use blending anyway. And when you use blend stuff with the part of it, some of it you can if you want to. But part of cross hatching, but actually animate each other, which you blend it out, smooth out, but you know what that. Alright. Okay. So, and I felt like it wasn't important. Traditional enough. You can try to use this kind of research as take a little bit. Then you try to fix it a little bit. Normally it will help. Okay. Okay. Now let's do catching. Just when I hatch it like this, I stay on one side. In one flow of direction, that becomes hatching. Not just this way, you can go that way, you can go up, or you can go on left, right, whatever, but it has to be all the same direction. Usually the games are interesting or part of scenes, but usually comics and other artists use this kind of method. Anyway, now cross hatching. So it's because it's 2 inch. You want to go easy on that. For the later cross hatching, I have more of those lines. Okay. Now for stipends. This can be if I was tapping, if my tapping was annoying, but that's a little bit normal. For anybody, but yeah. Now, we're gonna look for light green. So I want to know it's HB. Now, I hold this. Yep, HB looks. Normally you can go with a pencil, a same pencil if you want to. But the problem is, it make it look like flat, which not give it out the actual shading fairy, which gives out a more 3D sphere, the more of those effect, which gives out a really cool effect, where she has really a little bit diverse the difference of the shadings. But if you go with one pencil only, you might want to overlap each other a little bit darker to give it out a really good values. But you know what that if ever feel like it's too flat, so. Alright, we'll make sure the transition happens. So we'll have to keep overlap at the top a little bit. And this boy still the lightest in the top in a way, but won't match Not the upper part of the first one in the bottom. So want to make sure the pattern overlaps a little bit. Just molding the part of the shine value to give it the transition more smoother. So you might want to start with the lightest first and then the darkest, but some people prefer the darker than the lightest, so that's up to them. Oh. Sometimes one way to help, but I will go a different way. And it's out a little bit darker, but it works every time. Not all the time, but most time, yeah. Come. Alright. Part transition was later to darker. Now I'm gonna same with this. One exam blending was part of the requirement, so sometimes the part of blending you have to be really careful. If I try better with the another kind of Shopify with this, where you can actually interfere the latest Shopify you want to call this. But use them one at a time to blend over. Go. Now. To start with lines, you see the transition part of that is done blending out at this point. Sometimes I use it to bounce off the later part of the photo, but anyway, yep. So I realized, a second. That's bad. I realized this was the same seminar meeting. But the word, it's gonna take it some time. But we always want to make sure the bottom one was actually the darkest. So okay. Now it's time to do the cross sections. So we're gonna have to make it more frequent. Oh, sorry about that one. My bad. Okay. Now for the HB or the cross section, it was quite a bit more frequent. A lot of people who use comics to create different those kind of techniques like cross section, of course blending, but usually they work on the part of cross section. Sometimes they work on the textures on the walls, the floor, sometimes on the face. There's many more, but yeah. Okay. 1 minute, please. Alright, do I do this one? Step ins. No, we're gonna have to do is make it more frequent. Actually, if you're doing October for stimulants with it, well, you might want to think about using transition about where they usually help. You realize there was some diamonds spread out, the other one kind of these together. You realize you really want to get built up, but it still was like, wait a minute, this part was more darker than the part of that was art. But I realized it was more dense, but yeah. And similar with this, we compare the soup. Now, the HB finish. Now, what's next? 2B. Yep, should be. And you might want to be careful not to smudge it out with the hand of this part, because HB will smudge it if you want to be careful. I mean, you can see some of it by mistake, but it's okay. If that happens, you do use evasive, whatever, but it works. Okay. Now we want to fill the box in a little bit. Well, this was darker, so it's no overlap. Come. Remember, is part of transition, so here's one of the art. Showing values this morning, so let's take time a little bit. Yeah, so a bit dark of this one. Slowly burning up, yep. Also, I forgot to mention about brainstorms. If I use the part of brainstorms, I know something like charcoal that would actually work so wonderful with that. The other thing I made was Missing Pumpkin. It's all out of perfectly charcoal, which actually works. But only works if you use this kind, it actually helps. It gives out more transition, but that's why it takes a lot of time to really figure out, but it works. Okay. Now, let's go blending next. One minute, please. Excuse me. Now, I'm not gonna say, just really part of charcoal, just covered it, blended, then you build up the bath. But if you really don't feel comfortable for your highlights, some areas of your work you don't like it, you can always just take out some. But don't be afraid to really rework a little bit. But do you know Cartesius story? Leo da Vinci, he actually made Mona Lisa, entirely believe. So a lot of people, so he was working Mona Lisa for many years. He always have doubt. Yeah. A lot of people were confused, like, why he has doubt, but it was so amazing our artwork he made. So, And when he passed away that year, they took it out, the picture of Mona Lisa, all of his office, and displayed all of the art museums. Well, that I don't mean like copies. I mean it's like the travel, like different countries, different areas to display the famous Mona Lisa. But my point of the story, it's okay if you have doubt. But the Singh himself, he has a lot of doubts about this photo. This is painting, but doesn't mean his painting was awful. No. He just want to make it out the best he can. But it's sad and became his obsession. Well, of course, he was a genius. He did an amazing artwork. Not only that, he was studying medic. He also helped those people who had tried to figure out how they can help people in medicine fields, like doctors, nurses, whatever. But a lot of people call him one of the well-known geniuses, but he can even foresight the weather. But we person like why is this obsessive? I feel like to me he was a mess. I believe you're trying to make this artwork the perfect as you can. But that's okay. Sometimes not able to satisfy the feel of your artwork, that's alright. But that's why I'm saying there's always improvement. And that anybody can help, even yourself. I'm sure you would just feel a little bit struggling, but that's okay. Now, let's go back cross hatching. I'm sorry, I mean hatching. Now, okay. Now, what did you but this message now? Just a little bit. Come. Okay. Now, cross hatching. Right. Now, the part of the cross hatching. Here's only you want to pay attention, which was somebody in person, but use the cross hatching. Just pay attention the what he have on this body shirt, the fur, the skin, the lips, whatever the line shows. If you look closely. So you're able to see the line that goes up or to go down, or it can become hatching only. So it works. Now, please bear with me. Now, stippling. I'm sorry, Step in. Now you see the spot is darker and darker, isn't? Yeah, but that's why you have to keep going. Okay. Now, dark, later today, this. So, well, I'm pressing a break. It's okay. Now, let's go to 4B. I'm sorry, well, one. Alright, 4B. Now, this was much softer than 2B. So be careful, but you are fine for 4B. But if you try 6B to 8B somewhere, or actually 6B to 12B, that was softer. But do I break a pencil? A lot of ears. Just be careful. There. Okay. This really, I just really think this pencils, if you use an HB, is like playing a color book of a puzzle. What puzzle really? That gives out a total contrast, but total value that you are making in the artwork. As important to learn these techniques. Of course, there's others that go stability and other things, but that's more simple, you know. Oh yeah, that was like too late. Yeah, not bad. This one gives out a little bit different, but that's fun. This one's supposed to be the darkest of compare with the middle. Okay. Yep. Okay. Alright, this one, not bad. Okay, that's good. But have you ever what to know that I was doing the part of artwork, you're not sure anything I'm saying, but you can always try to contact me on my YouTube channel. I'm far more happier to find out how this one can work, and I'll give it out in text. I just want to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about, but sometimes it's okay. Alright, now let's go darker. Okay. Now, hatching next. Boom. Okay. Okay. Let's start on. Now, cross action. Alright. Toggle. Now step in. I think I must have been, but let's go. This one. Yep. Sized out. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean I'm scared you. Now. Well, I realized that was the leg was cut with a spot. Yeah, that was more decent this one does, but we're making it look like more tradition, so. Well, just think that your trash will rock sometimes. Because of too many textures, but yeah. Can I tell you something? If you're not sure where you can see them with bare eyes, you can do squatted eyes a little bit. Let's see which one is darker of an eyes. When I squat my eyes, this part of it is the most darkest, so that looks similar to the spot, and I right. Well, at the end of it, but at the end of it, a little bit more dots. I want. No. Come. What's next? 6B? Yep, 6B. But when you know, when you enter college for engineering class, they want you to learn about the values, how they can actually help. So I'm going to do this now on the YouTube channel. So everybody can figure out what they're going to do with the skills. Gemini's, that was raining you some pretty quick. But you know, the 6 years old, that's the most surface. Let me try that off for a minute. Oh, much better. Okay. Now, let me shove it there, but no, but oh, there you are. Oh, that's the blind out. And if your breast stop ever get dirty, just use this. This one can help you clean it. But you have to put a little bit more effort and frequency. But that you clean it up, so. Okay. Oh. Now. One minute, please. Okay. Okay. Now, pensions. Okay. Now, call attention. Well, call attention now. Stepping. Please can me again. Here we go. I'm gonna skip this for now, okay? But this is the last one. One more press. So that's again for some kind of textures. You're experiencing something like this when doing, but you may want to think about how to use the like combine these two patterns and here for the animal fairs, the other stuff that would take more time, but yeah. Or you can draw this planning for walk, yeah. Now, that's where the very end is the darkest. It's basically the same as complete Black Peach. So let's try that for now. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to click and subscribe for watching more of my faces, techniques, and other videos of Suckers on the YouTube platform channel. Thanks for watching.